From Jet 24, your weather authority, this is your forecast first.
There's some partly cloudy skies right now in the region, and we may get a brief shower from some of these clouds as they move on by, but overall should be a pretty decent afternoon. Temperature already at 61 degrees. We'll reach the lower to mid 60s for the balance of the afternoon. Some showers coming for tonight, and changes are in the forecast the next couple of days. With details on those changes later in the show, Jet 24 Action News starts now.
Tensions rising this hour. All 2,000 National Guard members line the streets of Minneapolis. Closing arguments coming this afternoon in the George Floyd trial. Plus, alarming news from the community blood bank. We'll tell you what has blood bank employees quite worried this afternoon. And investigators are back looking for the cause to an early morning fire in Mill Creek that left one family without a place to live.
Live in high definition from your news leader, this is Jet 24 Action News at noon.
Well, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. A city and a nation on edge. After 3 weeks of testimony that gripped the country, the fate of Derek Chauvin is about to be put in the hands of the jury. This morning, closing arguments began nearly 1 year after George Floyd's death. ABC's Rena Roy reports.
Today, both sides in the closely watched Derek Chauvin murder trial getting one final chance to make their cases and convince the jury. The prosecution trying to prove Chauvin's actions when he pinned George Floyd's neck to the pavement with his knee for nearly 9.5 minutes were a substantial cause of Floyd's death.
George Floyd begged until he could speak no more, and the defendant continued. This assault, this was not policing, it was unnecessary. It was gratuitous, it was disproportionate, and he did it on purpose.
The defense attempting to create reasonable doubt, arguing Chauvin's actions were reasonable and that Floyd's drug use and heart issues ultimately led to his death. Defense attorneys also claiming the crowd of bystanders distracted officers.
He's not responsive right now.
For nearly 3 weeks, jurors heard powerful testimony from 45 witnesses, including George Floyd's loved ones, medical experts, and law enforcement officials. The former officer facing 3 charges: second-degree unintentional murder, third-degree murder, and second-degree manslaughter.
Minnesota, they have to get this right. The jurors, they have to get this right. My brother was tortured to death for over 9 minutes.
America watching intently as protests continue coast to coast following the recent police officer shootings of 13-year-old Adam Toledo in Chicago and Dante Wright during this trial near Minneapolis, just 10 miles away from the courtroom, increasing tensions in a community already on edge. Roughly 2,000 National Guard members deployed to this area, 2 guardsmen injured in a drive-by shooting over the weekend.
Schools here will be going remote starting Wednesday, and businesses in this area are boarded up in anticipation of any protests. Rena Roy, ABC News, Minneapolis.
Now to the latest on the coronavirus pandemic. The U.S. reaching a new critical milestone in the number of Americans getting the vaccine. And now younger members of the population should soon be eligible to get their shots in all 50 states. Elsewhere in the fight against COVID-19, a top public health expert says the suspension of the Johnson & Johnson one-dose vaccine due to extremely rare occurrences of blood clots could soon be lifted. ABC's Andrew Dimbert is tracking the latest from Washington.
This morning, a turning point in the race to vaccinate Americans. The CDC says more than half of adults in the U.S. have received at least one dose of a vaccine, and now more people will be eligible to get the shot. All teens and adults over the age of 16 can now sign up for the COVID vaccine in all 50 states. Doctors optimistic the option will extend to even younger Americans soon. Pfizer says its vaccine is now being tested on children as young as 6 months old.
Weigh the risks of getting the vaccine versus the virus. It's clear. Let's do the vaccine.
In California, a 1-year-old was the first in his age group to take part in a clinical trial.
He had a sore arm for a day and was a little bit low on energy for a day.
In another development, Johnson & Johnson's one-shot vaccine is still being reviewed over rare instances of blood clots. But Dr. Anthony Fauci, chief medical advisor to President Biden, says he expects the government will likely move to resume use of the vaccine this week, possibly with broader warnings and restrictions.
I would think that we're not going to go beyond Friday in the extension of this pause. There will very likely be a decision.
This while the first at-home self-testing kits for the virus could hit pharmacy shelves soon. The FDA authorizing the rapid COVID tests made by Abbott Laboratories to start shipping packs of tests today. They are expected to be sold over the counter. Meanwhile, the number of deaths and COVID-19 infections continue to reach staggering new heights. Here in the United States, we're still averaging about 70,000 cases a day, while the worldwide death toll has topped 3 million, according to Johns Hopkins University. Dr. Anthony Fauci reminding the country not to declare victory prematurely. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, Washington.
Let's check now the number of people that have been vaccinated in our area. In Erie County, 161,157 vaccines have been administered. In Crawford County, that number sits at 48,085. Warren County, 17,740 shots have been given. Across Pennsylvania, more than 7,300,000 people have now been vaccinated. And if you need some information on where and how to sign up for a COVID vaccination, very easy to do. Just log on to our website, yourerie.com. You'll see that link that's on your screen. Just click on that link and all the information you need should be there. Well, the Community Blood Bank reporting less than a one-day supply of most blood types as COVID-19 continues to impact blood drives and donors at the Erie Donor Center. Now, this comes as a joint statement on the national blood supply warns of critical blood inventories not only here, but throughout the United States. Community Blood Bank is a member of both the American Association of Blood Banks and America's Blood Centers. Together with the American Red Cross, these groups represent the majority of blood collection agencies throughout the country. Their message, blood donors are needed now and for months to come. The Community Blood Bank of Northwestern Pennsylvania is located at 2646 Peach Street in Erie. Fire investigators say at this point they do not have a cause for this morning's mobile home fire in Mill Creek. Calls started coming in around 1:30 for reports of a structure fire in the 500 block of Paranella Drive. When they arrived, this is what they found, this mobile home on fire. Nobody was inside the time that flames broke out. A Sunday afternoon motorcycle accident sent one man to the hospital. According to police, it happened around 1:30 Sunday afternoon on Port Access Road along the Bayfront Highway. They say a 30-year-old man crashed near that intersection. He was taken to the hospital for treatment. No word on his condition. Well, Gannon University students enjoying their first Sunday Mass at the reopening of the Mary Seat of Wisdom Chapel. Julia Hazel reports a lot's been accomplished during the two-year-long renovation.
The Mary Seat of Wisdom Chapel reopened its doors and held its first Mass service where Gannon University students participated.
Yeah, I'm very excited. We have a beautiful day to commemorate the new chapel. It's been 2 years in the making. It's been a long process, and it's so beautiful that we now have a place to actually worship. And
the school was forced to close the chapel doors and renovate after a gas leak in 2019. A lot has been accomplished since then.
So it brought us to pull down a couple of buildings and do a massive transformation of this space, and it's incredible.
Not only are Gannon University students excited to come back to Mary Seat of Wisdom Chapel, but also to help them spiritually.
Spiritual well-being and spiritual growth and development is part of the Gannon experience, is part of our students' experience. And again, it's continued.
For Bridget, being a part of the reopening of the chapel and to enjoy in-person Mass was something she was excited for.
I feel like this is just going to be a very beautiful ceremony, and I think very unique. I don't think many people are going to be able to say that they've been to the inauguration of a chapel, I guess. So,
and being able to come back into a place of worship like this really helps us take our efforts towards spiritual growth to another level.
Julia Hazel, Jet 24 Action News.
Meanwhile, a familiar sight returning to St. Peter's Square in Rome, Pope Francis greeting the faithful for his traditional noon blessing. Speaking from the window of the Apostolic Palace following weeks of lockdown due to COVID-19. Several hundred people standing a safe distance apart in the vast square, turning out to see the pontiff. Now, in the past weeks, Francis stood at a lectern inside the palace, delivering his remarks via TV, radio, and the internet. Italy is expected to gradually lift some of its anti-pandemic restrictions later this month. Customers can expect to continue to pay more at the grocery store. The latest consumer price index shows food prices are going up, and they're likely to keep getting higher. The monthly consumer price index shows a 0.6% increase in March. That's the largest one-month increase in 10 years. Among some of the factors leading to high retail prices for consumers are increased imports by China and crop damage in the Midwest. Well, with the class of 2021 nipping at their heels, thousands of 2020 graduates are still looking for jobs. According to a survey from career website Monster, 45% of 2020 graduates are still on the hunt for work. With vaccines rolling out and businesses opening up, the economy has drastically improved since their graduations last May. The March 2021 job report showed overall U.S. unemployment at 6%. But when looking at the 20 to 24 demographic, the unemployment rate jumps to more than 10%. Now, there is cause for optimism. Through Monster previously reported 82% of employees plan on hiring this year. Well, downtown travelers can expect delays tomorrow when traveling along Lower State Street. Beginning at 7:30 tomorrow morning, from State Street from 4th to North Park Row will be closed for water system improvements. The works related to the ongoing development projects being undertaken by the Erie Downtown Development Corporation. The road's expected to remain closed until 8 o'clock Thursday night. State Street in that area will remain open to local businesses only for that time. Traffic in Harbor Creek Township set to be detoured this week as part of the Harbor Creek Downtown Sewer Authority Improvement Project. Beginning today, traffic on East Lake Road will change to single lanes in each direction. In addition, Iroquois Avenue will be closed eastbound from East Lake Road to Main Street. Traffic will also be detoured south on Water to Main. The work is expected to last through Friday, of course, weather permitting.
From Jet 24, here's meteorologist Tom DeVecchio, your weather authority.
Clouds have moved into the region, including the Bob Frandl Ford World Weather Cam. And we have some stubborn cumulus clouds here that have been hanging around. And so far, they don't seem to be providing a whole lot of rainfall. But there is actually a little bit here in northeast Ohio and northwest PA. So can't rule out a few isolated showers from those clouds, but not a lot expected as we head on into the afternoon. Overall, still a nice afternoon, the best one of the week, with cool and damp conditions coming in on Tuesday. Wednesday, back to a hit of wintertime. Yeah, some wet snow, maybe even some accumulations, and we'll stay cold and windy into Thursday. Temperatures right now pretty much in the upper 50s to near 60 across Erie and Crawford County. Warren County 61 in Youngsville, 55 out towards Scandia. So you can see the clouds have really built up just with the heating of the day. Notice it is due to heating because Lake Erie is clear. So while the thicker clouds forming here on land, so we can't rule out, again, a few showers from those clouds as we head on into the afternoon. But the surface air is pretty dry, so it'll be hard to get those clouds to really precipitate in any great manner. Now, tonight, frontal system moves through several bands of showers. Might be cool enough early tomorrow morning for a few wet flakes of snow. Most of it should be gone by late morning. No accumulations from that band, but the next band will be a different story. We are looking at some snowfall here into the early morning hours on Wednesday, and could even be some steady snow. Unlike last week, where most of you missed any accumulation, this week we may see maybe an inch or two, a little better chance here just by the way the weather regime is before it diminishes later on Wednesday. A little lake effect is possible as we head on toward Wednesday night. We'll see how that goes. Here along the lake shore, your forecast, partly sunny skies, breezy, maybe a passing shower. Temperatures will be holding in the lower to mid-60s. On the inland side, we'll have a mix of sun and clouds, chance of some isolated showers, and your highs in the lower to mid 60s as well. Chautauqua, Allegheny area, partly sunny, and temperatures for you also in the lower 60s. And your forecast for tonight, some showers around, temperatures upper 30s inland, near 40 along the lake shore. And from your weather authority, we are looking at some shower periods for tomorrow. Temperatures lower to mid 50s, but cooler along the lake shore. And then as we head toward Wednesday, there it is, snow showers. Some of you in the higher elevations may get an inch or two by late Wednesday morning, less than an inch though for the city. Gusty and cold Thursday. Things get a little milder as we head toward Friday and into the upcoming weekend. And you can get the latest updates to that forecast anytime. Head to our website, yourerie.com.
You'll find it all there. All right, thanks a lot, Tom. And that's all the time we have on Jet 24 Action News at noon. If you missed any of our top stories, see them anytime online at yourerie.com. Tune in tonight at 5 o'clock. Have a great day, everyone.
Take care.